there, welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations, and we are going to do a little thrift flip. Now, I happen to have thrifted this little, it's kind of like a church. It's got the little door that opens, just kind of a candle holder more than anything else. We're going to do something different with it. One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all of the little glass segments because I don't need them for what I'm going to be doing. Now, I also have this little wooden candlestick that I had thrifted, and I am going to be gluing the two of them together so that I just put this up onto a raised pedestal. So what I'm going to do, I like to glue it with a combination of hot glue and contact cement. I'm going to take the glass out, glue it down, and then I'm painting the whole thing white. That's it. That's what I'm doing. Then we'll take it from there. But just, you know, this part is the basic part. We're just gluing and painting. You guys know how to do that. So then we'll rejoin to carry on. Here's our finished little structure, I guess, is what you call it. Structure, house, church. We're turning it into a fairy house. I know that my grandkids, my youngest grandkids, really like the idea of fairies and fairy gardens. And so we're going to build a little fairy house, like a little mini garden. So one of the things that I've done is I've taken a toilet paper tube and I've just cut it down. And what I've used is one of these little shapes, which is kind of like, you know, little people on game boards. And I just wanted to make sure that it was taller than they were, because if this is going to be their house, they have to be able to fit. Only reason. But I wanted it to be something that wasn't so overpowering in here, right? So if we're building the little house, that it fits in there. Now, it's going to need a door, and for that, I'm going to use this big tongue depressor. So I'm just going to kind of outline it and mark off the height of it so I can get that cut. And then, you know, we'll cut out the little hole in the house, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So I'm going to pull you in so that as I'm doing some of these smaller things, you can follow along with me, but we're just going to have fun with this and kind of decorate up the house and the little garden area, and lots of moss, I think, is involved. All right, to begin with, let's get our door finished. Now, I have a little bit of Woodwick, which is a fusion color, sitting over on the shelf. And so I thought I might as well just use what I got. And I can't be bothered with a paintbrush. So I'm just going to take a bit of a cloth and I'm going to rub this in. It's kind of a gray brown. And we're going to get that kind of painted out. And then I'm starting to think maybe I want some brown wax on it. So let's get that. I'm going to do it on both sides just because my door's not going to be fully closed. I want my door to have some panels, so I'm just going to take a thin black marker and just kind of roughly draw in some lines before I do anything else. Especially if I'm going to be adding some dark wax to it just before. So I put some little knot holes in. I want to do the back as well. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of dark wax, which is just a brown wax, and I'm just going to go around the edges, kind of age it out a little bit. You know, this is fairy garden door. It's not going to be pristine. But I don't also want to agonize over it. So there's my little door. The door is done. We can't put it on the house yet because the house isn't done. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take some moss and I'm going to cover my house in the moss. This is always so messy. So you can see when I glue it, I'm going to have this kind of look. So all I have is I have some wood glue over here. I'm just going to kind of slather it on. Really no other word for that. And then I'm going to glue all of my moss in place. And then what I'm going to do is I will cut the excess away just so that it's going to sit nicely in the fairy garden and that I can ultimately have space to get the roof on. Now, my little house is going to need a roof, and for that you could use just about anything. You could use some raffia, you could use some little sticks, you could use, this is dried up corn husks. I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to use some little leaves that you know, are just little small guys left over from other projects that I've got that are just, you know, odds and ends. And I think that that's an element that would be typical for fairies to be able to, you know, build a roof for their little home. So we're just going to cut these, glue them around their circumference so that they kind of touch toward the top. You know, keep the rain out. So what we have done is just put a couple of big leaves down on the base, and we glued our little house into the corner. So we need a couple of fairies. We need something living there. And so for this, I mean, you can take your little form and you could paint it. I'm going to just take some little pieces of fabric. Now this is from old scarves that people dropped off thinking, Cindy, you could do something with it. So, you know, I'm doing something with it. I've done some other crafts with it. If you haven't seen me do the scarf chicken, you can go back and check that one out. That was definitely funky. But what I'm looking at doing is just starting off by putting some glue down, a folded edge, and I'm just going to roll some fabric around that form. I'm just making this as simple on me as is humanly possible. You get to go as complicated with this as you would like. And partly it's going to depend upon, you know, if you're doing this with your kids, what their level of capability is, you know, whether you're using hot glue, whether you're just using PVA glue. I mean, all those things work, right? So I'm just trimming off the base. This is kind of the base. And then I want, and this is where I'm going to take this scarf right in where all these little florals are. Let me just grab a piece of this. And, you know, we need some wings. So I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to trim the wings off once I get them on. But what I am looking at is, you know, cutting out a rough wing shape, but I want to leave a fold because it's the fold that we're going to glue against the back. And I glue it against the icky back. So where I already had some glue that was showing through maybe my fabric, I'm going to glue my wings on there. And just grab something to push them in place rather than my finger for a change. And then we can have big wings. We can cut them down if we want. We could, you know, glue them to the front so that they've got their little wing on their hip if you want. It's really up to you how you want to position them and create their wings and the way that you cut them. Now, one of the things that I did was I used the rolled edge of the scarf for this to create a little bit of stiffness, but you could use just the soft section so that the wings just kind of draped and fell. And for the top of their head, I'm just going to take some of this kind of Spanish moss. Is this Spanish moss? And I'm just going to cut it up into segments. So you don't have to worry about it too much because you can, this is going to be their hair, but you can cut their hair once it's on them as well. And just keep in mind where their front and their back is. Add some glue. And then just roll them in it. Just dunk them down. Get them coated so you can see. They look like a crazy person. So this is where, you know, giving them a little bit of a fringe cut may help. But I don't want it to be totally smooth. I kind of like a bit of the craziness happening, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I have a box of these teeny tiny little mini flowers. And I'm gonna take some, dip them into, I'm using wood glue, but you could use a PVA glue. Oh, which has started to dry out a bit already. So I'm not getting any glue on there. Turn it over. There we go. And we can add some flowers into their hair, as many or as few as you'd like. You then get to start decorating this up in whatever way you would like. You can leave it plain, you can start to add birch bark. I put a little bit of bark on the front, but still allowed this to be able to close. I get that it's open, but kids are kids. They like to open and move things around. You also then can choose to, you know, put your fairies in there and glue them in place, or I'm gonna leave mine loose because again, kids, they like to be able to move them around and the fairies are having a good time. So I'm gonna grab some more moss and some sticks, maybe some other leaves, some florals, and glue them in place. And then we'll come back for the finished little fairy house. All right, I had to stop so I didn't get too carried away. I did end up gluing one little fairy up here because I have 3 in total. I've got one inside. I'm gonna have one standing on the base, but I just put a few vines climbing up, some little leaves there, some additional little greenery. You know, we'll just nestle you in there by your friend right now. And you know, the door still works, kind of, you know, it just ends up being a cute little piece. You could seal it up prior to put out in the garden and move the fairies around for the kids to be able to look for and find, which I think is super fun. You know, where did the fairies get to? And you can start adding other little terracotta houses around it and build an entire little fairy village if you get into it. So there's nothing here that can't get wet. You can have it on a dresser top if you want instead, for them to be able to check on the fairies each day. Maybe move the fairies around their bedroom too to see what the fairies are getting into. I put a little dragonfly on top just because everybody knows fairies and dragonflies are great friends. And yeah, it's just kind of super sweet. Take a look at what you can find. I think you could get like a little mini bird cage, which would be adorable. Again, any kind of space structure, period, is going to work. And you just kind of build around it and build with it. Let me know what you think of this one, guys. Love to hear from you as always. And I gotta clean up all my moss mess here because it just is a messy little thing. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, take care.